The first thing we're going to do today is going to do a fettuccine alfredo, which is one of the easiest things to do. Here's the fettuccine, and a lot which are dried in the Italian fettuccine. So what you do is you go like this. Some people use oil in the water to cook pastas. It's really not necessary. You see? When you move them out a little bit, the one thing you need to do is you cook it with lots and lots of water. That is number one. And you always should make sure that you do not overcook the pasta. What we're going to do right now is we're going to cover the pasta just for a minute so it comes to a boiling point. All right. And then we are going to prepare our sauce. Our pasta Alfredo is one of the easiest things to cook. So some people will add garlic to it. The traditional Italian Fettuccine Alfredo is only done with butter. So we're going to put some butter in the pan and let it melt. After this, you're going to add a little bit of heavy cream. Right now we are in Nicaragua, and they do all their creams and milks in these stupid bags, which I hate. But what you're gonna do, you have to live, you have to be happy with what is happening. You have to use whatever you need to use what the country has to offer. Then what we're going to do is we're going to whip this up a little bit. You see the cream is quite different here than it is in other countries. But if it's a little bit too thick for you, what you can do, you add a little bit of the water from the spaghetti. Actually, when you cook pasta, since it's floury, it's actually good for your sauces. You might thicken or thin your sauce. It's up to whatever you need the sauce for. Let's see how our pasta is doing. It needs a little bit longer. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese. All right. You need very little salt when you do this recipe because you have to make sure the Parmesan cheese is sometimes too salty, particularly if it's not very good quality. And sometimes in certain countries, it's not easy to find very, very good Parmesan cheese. In Nicaragua, for example, the only good Parmesan cheese I have ever found is in a place in Managua. It's an Italian delicatessen where they only sell Italian pastas and cheeses and stuff like this. Almost 3 times as expensive as it would be in Italy. Then you add a little bit of some black pepper. This. All right. Now let's see how that pasta is doing. Yeah, it's almost done. You're going to make sure that the pasta is al dente, and the best way to figure out how pasta is al dente is when you take it out and you rip it apart. And in the inside there's a little white spot. That's when you have to take it off the heat. You got the beautiful pasta strength. And you put it into the sauce. And you cook it some more. And I add maybe a little bit more Parmesan cheese if necessary. If you like lots of cheese, just add a little bit more. Yes. You see how the sauce is beautifully mixing with the fettuccine. Now in Italy, if you're there, you usually get this served like it is right now, without anything else. Now, the good thing about Fettuccine Alfredo is, now we're going to put it in the bowl. Like this. And what we're going to do is, we're going to chop a little bit, and make a little bit of basil juliennes. Like this. Like I said, that's not necessary, but it looks really nice. And then in the last minute, you add a little bit of shaved Parmesan. Now, this fettuccine, you can serve this with chicken, with seafood like shrimp and scallops. You can serve it with pork or any other things you particularly like. It also goes very well with vegetables like asparagus and broccoli. If you liked our video about Fettuccine Alfredo, on my website I have the recipe about this particular dish under our recipe file in A Chef's Journey. So please check it out if you want to make that dish at home. Thanks for watching.